Let's bring in retired Brigadier General John Teichert right now. General, great to see you. I know you have the Air Force, but when you talk about this Board of Peace, I'm optimistic. If something's going to happen positively in Gaza, you need buy-in from these area nations. Do you think this is a good foundation?
Brian, I think that they're going to have a good ceremony today that will set the foundation for the future. And the linchpin for phase 2 of the peace deal in Gaza is Hamas disarming. And the only way we're going to be able to do so is for President Trump to convince the Arab partners, especially UAE, Jordan, Turkey, and Egypt, to weigh in against Hamas so that they will disarm, and that's the start of phase 2.
Right, but starving them from arms and money would be if the Iran regime was under stress, let's say, by our military. But you talk about the UAE and Saudi Arabia. They said you can't use our airspace if we're going to attack Iran. Does that bother you? And does that hinder the operation should we need it?
Brian, it does, but I think over the course of time, there is back-channel negotiations going on that will convince those countries otherwise. And then we have the addition of a second carrier strike group that will be there, the Ford, in about a week, that is sovereign U.S. territory. And I think the combination of what we have on the ground and the permissiveness of the countries that will support and those two carrier strike groups and U.S. bombers will give us the force we need to do what the president desires in Iraq.
So phase 2 is Hamas has got to disarm. Meanwhile, we're moving through with a peacekeeping force there. Pledging 8,000 is Indonesia. Also, Morocco and Greece says you can count on us. So to be an international force, but they say we're not going to be disarming them. And there's a pledge of at least $5 billion to rebuild Gaza. And some other countries, including us, are weighing in with $1.25 billion. So what should we look at as we talk about coming together for a next phase?
Brian, I think it starts with the dazzling success of phase 1 and Israel controlling 53% of the territory of Gaza. But now, again, it is those Arab neighbors that are the partners of or have sway with Hamas that must convince Hamas of two things. Number one, that they must disarm. And number two, that there needs to be an alternative governance structure in Gaza that is not Hamas. And going into the beginning of this deal back in September, it always was incumbent upon those Arab partners to weigh in to start phase 2 with Hamas. And now's the time for those Arab neighbors to actually show their benefit to this phase 2 peace plan.
So, General, I have to tell you, the Ayatollah is talking in a belligerent manner, saying he was going to basically send an aircraft carrier to the bottom of the ocean. We have put a lot of assets in the region. And meanwhile, in the negotiations in Oman and Geneva, we're hearing from the foreign minister saying we made progress. See you in 2 weeks. Do you think the president's looking to wait 2 weeks?
There is no way, Brian, that I think the last pieces of our defensive and offensive posture are coming together in the Middle East. It was very clear a couple days ago that Iran continues to negotiate in bad faith. I think that raises the ire of the president of the United States. There is bubbling up energy with the protesters yet again. And I think it's the matter of days, not weeks, before the United States and the president makes the decision to rightfully strike.
Well, that's interesting. They did say they want enough firepower for a sustained attack, and they do think Iran's going to fight back, and we do think Israel's going to play a role. So it'll be the U.S. and Israel taking on a diminished evil Iran regime, with the people seem to want to change. So we'll see what happens in that very volatile, unpredictable area. And we'll look forward to talking to you again. Brigadier General Teichert, thank you.